What is up? Welcome to Talking Touchdowns, brought to you courtesy of Run Pure Sports and Run Pure Bets, the best in sports gambling and daily fantasy information. I'm here today with Tyler and Title, and if you're new, what we do is we review the weekend. We talk about what we saw, what adjustments we're going to make, and then don't worry, we still got some winners for you. We'll get into tonight's games featuring
I got to cut you off for 1 second.
Cut me off.
Booker's rolled out. Bet the Lakers right now.
It's off the board. I want
to see, depending on what that comes back out at, if they're still like 7-point dogs, I want the Lakers.
He'll be worth 2.5 points at most.
Yeah, so what is 9.5? If I get 7.5, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it'll probably be 7.5. You didn't bet it earlier?
Not right at the end of the show. I figured I'd be able to get this show in, and then we'd be good to go. But
did you bet the Hornets yet?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you bet the Hornets, but not that team, unbelievable. All right, Title. Your thoughts overall on the weekend, and then we'll go game by game, man. Pretty wild weekend in the NFL, huh?
Oh yeah, it was green. That's all I know. That's all I care about. It was green. I need more too. So what? Thanksgiving when we had football on Thursday, the 3-gamer. Then on Sunday, absolutely printed that week. I think I lost the next week or something. Last week I lost a little bit. This week we had Saturday 3-gamer, Sunday. And then next week we got the main slate that's on Saturday, 3-gamer on Sunday. Man, I love these weekends. They've treated me well. So it was a great weekend, no complaints. Excited to recap it. But I hope you guys had a good weekend as well.
Yeah, I did because I used your core. The core that is available on runpuresports.com. If you're not a member, I don't know what you're doing, but you can be like me. You can just worry about betting all weekend. Scroll over to the computer about half hour before kickoff. Just pull up the core plays. Choose a couple of my favorite guys, right? Title, Hoop, AP, throw in 3 cores, and I end up cashing. So, hey, take advantage of this stuff, guys. If you're playing any amount on entry fees, right? If you're just doing the 25 cents, I can understand. Okay, you're not ready to join Run Pure. But if you're doing the $15 or the $20 or you're playing big money cash, there's no reason for you not to take advantage of this. It's the best group of daily fantasy assembled. And, hey, Tyler, we're not too bad on the betting side either, right? We keep giving winners out, player performance doubles. Tyler drops in the Discord, some huge parlays for the team. So, boy, I know I'm happy to be affiliated and be able to use those, and I think that you guys should too. Let's talk about the games that we saw this weekend. It started with, I'll be honest, I didn't see a lot of this comeback. At halftime, I stopped watching this game. Come back in the room, it's 36-28. I go, no way, these Vikings have a chance. Then I started thinking, hey, this core the Title gave me, it's probably going to be pretty good now if they were able to make this comeback, and it was. Title, what were your thoughts on the biggest comeback in NFL history?
Man, what a game. What a game. I think that's all that needs to be said. I really don't even know what else to say, Spread. I mean, who saw that coming?
Not me. I quit watching. Watching. My bad. So,
I mean,
Tyler,
one team collapses, and then one team gets hot and then just takes over. I mean, the first possession of the second half too, they went 3 and out. And then after that, it was just they didn't miss a stride.
Tyler, did you believe in the Vikings? Did you keep the game on?
No, there's no chance I believed in the biggest frauds in the NFL, Spread. And it just
they're bigger than frauds than the Giants?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this team just keeps lucking into wins. They were 0-8, I believe, in one-score wins last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're 10-0 in one-score wins this year. I knew it was going to jump back in their favor a little bit. I didn't think that was going to do a complete 180. I don't think anyone did. And the other thing, the reason why the Colts lost this game, Title's going to hate me for this, analytics lost them this game because there was a key drive. They were down within field goal range. Analytics told them to go for it. They'd have kicked that field goal. They'd have been up 11. Game's over. You didn't do it. Now look what happened. You lost the game outright. Just kick the field goal and win the game already. Just be done with it.
Do you know what the numbers were? Because I'm like for the analytics, just say it was 51-49, 52-50, or 52-48. Like that stuff. I mean, I think going with your feel and giving up it's the 59% says this. I'll take that every time. What your gut says, but that was the only if you knew the numbers by chance.
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers. Yeah. I just seeing it happen with my eyes on the screen. I was I can't believe they're not kicking this field goal.
Yeah.
and then it came back to bite them. So
I mean,
as someone who makes some models myself, I'm constantly tinkering with it. I know this thing isn't perfect, right?
Oh, you have to.
Well, actually, they didn't even go for it. They punted from the 36-yard line. Why not just boot the field goal?
That's why
I did that yesterday too.
Yeah, the
It
Bears
made no
did.
sense to me.
It was colder, but that's why I literally had nothing to say. Like I'm just so many things in that game, like how the first quarter started in the second half, like the Colts just dominated everything, and the Vikings were booing, and then 3 and out to start the second half. They're booing more. It looks like they have no chance. And I think they scored every possession, and the Colts just, I don't know, packed it in. They lost JT.
They played you got to catch us to beat us. They didn't want to play any more football.
They were milking the clock. They wanted. I mean, it was just that game was nuts.
All right, let's talk to a game that was not exciting at all. And
before
lost.
we go into that boring fest, when you look at this playoff picture, we talked about it before. This Viking team, I don't think they're all that good, but the way the playoff picture lines up, they're the 2 seed. They draw a matchup with the Giants right now. That's a winnable game. Well, now in the next round, the way it matches up, if Tampa Bay wins, they get Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay's not going to win.
Man, I feel like I'd be on the Giants in that game, even though I think they're frauds.
It's just it's lining up for where like all of a sudden
Thibodeau being Cousins'
Thibodeau
mouth
looked good last night. Yeah,
he did.
But I mean, it's lining up for Minnesota to be in the NFC Championship game, and they have to beat one of the
they're going to play the Cowboys in the second round and get smacked.
I hope so, but if this falls right for them,
how can you hope the Cowboys win?
I do, but I don't think this Vikings team's good, but I see the pathway where they're in the NFC Championship game and they have to beat one of these top tier defenses in the NFC to get there.
Or the Lions just go.
If they're in the NFC Championship game, it's going to be.
I wouldn't be against that either, Tyler.
The Eagles will be laying like 13 there. Let's talk about the boring game. We'll be quick. The Browns improved to 6-8 with a 13-3 win over the Baltimore Ravens. I like the Ravens, their title. I was really surprised. What were your thoughts?
Another game, like what do I even say about it? It was so boring. MMA was on during a little bit, so I pretty much forgot the game was on half the time. Dobbins, I mean, man, he wasn't limping as much. He's still limping a little bit, but he just keeps getting the job done. 13 for 125 this week. Like you can tell he's special. This whole system, I mean, we talk about like 49ers system and stuff. Baltimore, it's been run the football. You have to have an elite running back. You have Lamar, Huntley, like use them as weapons as well. But Gus got hurt. Dobbins has been hurt. Lamar's been hurt. Like they haven't been able to show it. But man, Dobbins looks really good. And if Lamar comes back healthy, which maybe this week, next week or something, this Ravens team's interesting. Their identity, run the football. Got to play better defense, though. It's a tough loss against the Browns.
They only gave up 13 points.
Yeah, but Deshaun, how Deshaun has looked this year, he's looked bottom. He's looked like the worst quarterback since coming back.
If you give up 13 points, you got to think you're going to get a W in today's NFL.
Yeah, a backup quarterback. You're on the road. It's cold. I mean, yeah, I get it, but that's still. It's not like I watched that game and it was like, man, this defense is the Ray Lewis Ravens defense that can lead them to us. You know what I'm saying? Like their defense.
I agree
have to
there.
carry
I thought the problem in the game was we underestimated Huntley, Tyler. We didn't think it'd be that much of a drop off. It was a huge drop off. What did you think?
I mean, he didn't look all that good in that game, but I still don't think maybe he was fully healthy. I know he cleared concussion protocol, but maybe there's something else lingering with his injury. Mm-hmm. Dobbins did look good. He addressed guys like Title on Twitter. I seen he said, "Don't worry, guys, we're going to get that burst back eventually." So he might be getting it back. I'm not saying soon, maybe next year, but I just hope they can cling on to this division spread. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it because Cincinnati's coming in hot, and Baltimore's schedule isn't the easiest to close the year.
They're not going to hold on. Cincinnati's playing way better right now. Cincinnati took the lead.
Yeah, I know Cincinnati took the lead, but I think they play one more time this year also, and Baltimore beat them once already.
Cincinnati's going to win that game.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cincinnati's not winning out. They're losing one more game. I don't know which game it is, but they're losing one.
We'll find out on Talking Touchdowns on the Fridays. Let's talk about it. Poor Travis. At least the Dolphins covered. But once again, Mike McDaniel doesn't get it done. Maybe he wishes it was a little bit colder. Just wasn't cold enough. But I'll be honest. In our projections, we love the Bills. I thought they were going to stomp them. I thought this is a good showing for Miami overall, even though they lost. I know there's no such thing as moral victories, but is there? I don't know. I think you got to be feeling pretty good if you're Miami for keeping that game close. What do you think, Title?
I agree. I mean, we were on the show last week. Tyler was talking how he likes 7. I even bet the Bill side as well.
Yeah.
I thought the thing is when I made that bet, because I agreed with everything Tyler said, I thought the weather was going to be way more. I mean, like we knew coming into it, we bet it on Monday or that's when I bet it. It was looking like awful. Like there's not good chance that it's going to play a clean game. And that would be the case where, man, I think this offense would have really struggled. They did move the line of scrimmage pretty well, but I just feel like if there was no real threat of the passing game and they had to run the football, the Bills would have taken over. Where the weather had no impact on it. And yeah, get the ball to Waddle, get the ball to Tyreek. Mostert ran the ball really well. Like they played a good football game and the weather really had no impact. So yeah, it was a tough. You said at least the Dolphins covered. I wish that wasn't the case, but yeah, it was a loss.
Yeah,
loss
I got
in the
smacked
column,
on Saturday.
But moral victory.
Yeah, we got smacked on Saturday, Tyler. We like the Bills to cover. They didn't. What'd you see?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they're doing what the Rams did last year. I'm not going to count them out like I did the Rams last year as they stumble into the playoffs, but it would not surprise me if they just turn it on come playoff times and just walk through the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl. Their defense, though, looks a little hit or miss without Von Miller. Mostert did have a couple big runs against them. Waddle broke that. I think it was a slant he broke for a touchdown. Hill's defender, I believe, slipped. He took that one to the house. And we played a weather angle, and the weather didn't show up until the fourth quarter. There was no snow on the field until the fourth quarter. So, I mean, with those weather angles, maybe we play them closer to game time once we see the field and see how bad it is. But I'm not counting out Buffalo. Miami, on the other hand, I'm still not counting them out either, spread. They might have moved a little bit up for me, seeing as though they can play in cold weather, and they were still able to move the ball. So I still think they have a shot.
All right, let's talk about the Falcons, who covered but did not get the win against the New Orleans Saints. Actually, do we need to talk about this one, Title? Do you care at all about the Falcons and the Saints? How about you, Tyler?
I just want to say all the people that were screaming for Desmond Ridder all year because they thought he was going to be better than Marcus Mariota, that showed you right there why he couldn't get that job.
Yeah, he's terrible.
They tried to run a lateral play on the last game, and Buddy just took off down the sideline.
Yeah.
It's made no sense. So they should be in the market for a quarterback.
Title, let's give extra sauce some help here for his fantasy league. Van Jefferson, Tutu, or Skoranek tonight?
I feel like it's got to be Tutu.
I was thinking Skoranek. 3 points. He should be able to catch you 3 passes. That's a 1.5 right there, plus the yards. He should win you it.
All right. Well, there's 2 options.
There you go.
Let's talk about a game that I absolutely love. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Dallas Cowboys. How fun was that, man? First of all, I thought this game was over. I mean, it wasn't like Saturday because there's red zone, so it's just like, oh, okay. But, they lost. And then they come creeping back. Then Trevor Lawrence fumbles with 2 minutes to go. I'm throwing stuff around. I didn't even have money on the game. I just wanted the Jaguars to win. Then Trevor gets another chance, comes back, and gets it done. That was a great victory for a Jacksonville team that's on the rise. And if there's any team that just needs victories, they don't need draft position, even if they're not going to do anything in the playoffs, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great win there for Jacksonville. Do we downgrade Dallas or what? What do you think, Title?
Yeah, I mean, depends, I guess, how high you have them. I thought, so what? Tyler had them 1. I mean, I'm still Eagles 1. NFC's just so bad. I mean, it took a big drop off. Yeah, I mean, it's a Mike McCarthy coach team. So we talk about it when Big T, I forget which guy was on his show, but he said you lose by 4 points or less, it's because of the coaching. I mean, that's exactly what happened in this one, or it was 6 points. Maybe it was 6 points that he said. But coaching's just such a big deal. It's not a blatant mistake that he might make that changes everything, but it's preparation throughout the week. It's all the stuff leading up to it. They're talented. Man, it's the defense, though, that needs to show up, and they just didn't show up, which is a concern because I don't think the Cowboys are putting up 34 in the playoffs every single game. I don't know. I think this team's good enough for the NFC, win a game, maybe squeak by second game. I just can't trust the coaching. I don't think their offense is that elite. I definitely think the Eagles are better, so I don't really know where I gauge them in the NFC, to be honest.
Tyler, are the Jaguars for real?
I'm going to say yes and no. I mean, they're showing life at the end of the year. I can tell you one thing, next year, this is their division to lose. I don't care what the other teams in that division do. Tennessee can go out and trade for Patrick Mahomes. I think the Jags are going to be a problem next year. Just think about Lawrence is throwing the ball very well, and now they're going to get Calvin Ridley back to that offense next year. That offense is going to be disgusting next year. And if they even add anybody through free agency or the draft, they could do it that way also. They might even steal the division, like our guy Robert saying in the chat, this year. So that's another thing to watch out for, because they could still catch Tennessee. Tennessee's only 7-7. Jags are 6-8. Tennessee loses 2 more games. All of a sudden, there's the Jags waiting to take that spot. So they could be in the playoffs. I think they're all right. Dallas, maybe I'm going to put Philly above them now. I still think those teams are neck and neck. I think the spread this week shows it. They have Dallas favored by 1 at home. And it's just like we said it. They were -4 on the road. The spot we all know is a trap all year. They throw a pick 6 late with Philly on deck as a look-ahead spot. And the pick 6 to lose it was almost tipped up into the linebacker's hands. So you can't do much there. If they lose the game, credit to the Jags for fighting back, though.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was a fun game. Another fun game, the Lions, they beat the Jets. Zach Wilson wasn't like absolutely terrible. I wonder if they win there in that game with Mike White. But, hey, the Lions got it done. You know, they've been beating up on these bad defenses. They went up against a good defense, and they still put up points enough to win 20 points. Title, your thoughts on the Detroit Lions?
They keep fighting, man. They find ways to win. That's all that matters. Team always just fought. Even last year, you guys always talk about like backdoor cover and stuff like that because Dan Campbell just always fights, and the team's good. It's not the prettiest win. It's on the road. It's not in their dome. It's cold. Man, and you found a way to win against a good football team. Yeah, Zach Wilson, would Mike White have won? I don't know. Zach Wilson was fine. He's likely to start this Thursday. Very good news I just saw for my best ball. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully Garrett Wilson.
How is that good news?
Because I got him in best ball and I need him. I need him to play week 17 in case Jalen Hurts doesn't play. So, I mean, so hopefully
you're the first person ever that I've heard say Zach Wilson is good news for my fantasy team.
Yeah, really, really good news. Like really good news. So hopefully the Garrett Wilson's the only concern. So I liked him more with Mike White, but he got involved late. So Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson, please. Thank you.
Tyler, your thoughts on the upstart Detroit Lions?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel good that they're finally alive in this playoff race after all preseason. We penciled them to be the surprise team. Wasn't just me. There were a ton of people around the industry that wanted to do that. And they started out 1-6. Everyone looked like they were like, oh, maybe a year too soon on this team. And then they fought back. Now they're right in the neck of the playoff race. The 2-3 teams holding the wild card spots, or 2 teams holding the wild card spots. The Giants 8-5-1, Washington 7-6-1. The Lions are 7-7. They went out, and those teams take a couple more losses. You're seeing this Lions team into the playoffs with also a top 3 pick in the draft due to the Rams. So I don't know about you guys. I would draft a quarterback with that pick if Bryce Young is there.
I wouldn't.
I would because I wouldn't play him this next year. I would do the Patrick Mahomes with him.
Don't you want to try and win in a weekend?
Get Will Anderson and put him next to Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Bro.
I agree and disagree because Goff's got about 2 to 3 more years.
Yeah.
I don't care. Do you want to be the Chicago Bears now of the NFC North with a good defense and no quarterback in 3 years?
You're not going to be like
Goff
that.
Can last longer than 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
he's got about 2 more good years in him.
Oh, my gosh. Still hating on Goff, huh? All right. Well, hey, you're the one who told me about Will Anderson too, Tyler. I didn't even know who he was until you told me about him.
No,
and now I'm like the biggest Will Anderson fan ever.
Yeah, dude's definitely gonna be good in the league, but I think they're in the prime spot to where they can take a team that's going to be good for the next 3
Who
to 4
do you want
years.
to take? CJ Stroud?
No, I'm saying you only take Bryce if he's there. If he doesn't go first,
he's not going to be there. He's going first. Stop. I don't understand why you don't think the Texans.
What are the odds? What's his odds?
Yeah, the odds aren't even out yet, spread, and the Texans have even come out and said that they might not take a quarterback. They might go defense.
They have to take a quarterback. They're running a 2 quarterback system.
They have 2 first-round picks. They might take one of the top defensive guys in Carter and Anderson and then turn around and get their quarterback in like the late teens. They like the kid out of Florida who looks like Trey Lance. I know it doesn't look the best, but the kid's got a cannon arm. You know, coaches want to mold their guys.
Yeah.
They could easily.
Even so, they would trade down and get someone's going to trade up for Bryce.
If the Lions are sitting at 2 and Houston takes the defensive guy,
They're not going to take a defensive guy. They'll trade away.
Spread, you better put your house on Bryce Young to go number 1 with how you're talking.
Yeah, the way you're talking, Spread, I want the house on it.
I'm not putting my house on it. What I am going to do, Title,
like Spread, unfortunately, if
dog, I'm going to soundproof this back room.
Friendly wager. If he's not taken first, that's my house now.
No, I'm not giving away my house.
This show is Tyler Hicks and Company. Spread's living on the streets.
Yeah, I'm out there.
We'll bring him in live from McDonald's.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Spread has to do the hedges. He's out in the yard doing my yard work for a little room back there. Unbelievable. Trying to give me my house away.
Yeah,
I don't even know that much about the drafts.
And then Scary Creations in the chat, he says, as a Texans fans, personally, I would trade the pick for more picks, be bad again next year, and draft a better quarterback next year.
Yeah, I agree. But that's a trade. Someone's going to trade up for Bryce Young.
But look, there's been multiple reports that there's teams out there that think all the guys coming out next year, Caleb Williams, I forget what the other kid's name is, that they are light years better than anybody coming out this year. I don't think they're light years better. I think Bryce is right in that category with them. But I think those guys are better than Stroud and them. So yeah, I can see Houston taking defense at 1. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Houston's taking defense at 1. I don't know which guy it is. They're taking one of the defensive guys.
Oh, my gosh. No, that's not going to happen. Unbelievable. All right. Let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the Houston Texans, but they didn't cover. What a surprise. The Chiefs didn't cover. Texans played this game tough. I thought they had a chance to win. I don't know. What do you say? Chiefs overlooked them. Whoop-de-doo. Anything from this one, Title?
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with the Texans' defense. They fought, they competed for sure. I mean, they gave Patrick Mahomes some fits, but this interesting thing, like in the playoffs, if I'm a Chiefs backer, I want Jerick McKinnon to be the guy. The dude is a complete stud, and Pacheco can put the ball on the ground at any time, and that can cost you your season in the playoffs. One turnover, I mean, man, it's hard to trust them. McKinnon's a total stud. Get that dude the football. Good things happen. Scantling got beat up a little bit. Juju got beat up a little bit. It was a physical game, but yeah, Chiefs found a way to win it. A win's a winning at this time of the year. So yeah.
Tyler, if Bryce Young is the quarterback for the Texans, did they win that game yesterday?
I mean, maybe, but is it just me, or for the last 2 weeks these Texans games been reffed like very, very tight on the opposite side of the ball? Like the Cowboys were getting flagged left and right 2 weeks ago for every holding call when they had a big play. You seen the same thing with the Chiefs here. Anytime they were driving, here comes flags. I'm not going to sit here and be a conspiracy theorist about it, but I just think they're 1-10 or 1-11-1, whatever they are. But these refs are reffing these games a lot tighter on the other side. So I'm not betting against this Texans team. And if they're going to keep giving them this many points, I think we just keep taking them.
Let's talk about another fantastic team that did not cover. The Philadelphia Eagles improved to 13-1, but they didn't cover the spread against the Bears. I thought the Bears had a chance to win that game outright. I kind of like what the Bears are doing, and I think that Justin Fields might prove Tyler's Ohio State quarterback theory wrong. What do you think, Title?
Yeah, I think he already has. I mean, I think he's legit for sure. He's strong. He's not only fast. I mean, he's just so strong too. Just shows like Lamar. I mean, I will always take these athletic guys that can scramble out of the pocket that defenses have to scheme for. And yeah, I mean, I like what the Bears are doing too. As far as the other side of the ball with the Eagles, it was a tough game. I mean, it was cold in Soldier Field. It was physical. Bears got out. Didn't Bears get out early in this one? I believe.
I think it Hurts through back-to-back picks on drives to open the game.
Yeah, it was 0-0 actually in the first. It was a really slow
start, but it was 6-3, and they didn't punch it in. And I think that's when they punched it, and I was getting pissed.
Yeah. Bears fought. I mean, yeah, I like what the Bears are doing too.
What do you think, Tyler? Who's better, Justin Fields or C.J. Stroud?
I like what the Bears are doing too, Spray. You want to know why? Because the Steelers have their second-round pick, and every game they lose, that pick moves up and up and up. So love that. I don't think he's all that good like you guys do. He still just runs the ball. How many of these scrambling quarterbacks?
That's all Lamar does. He got MVP.
Okay, but how many of these quarterbacks have ever won a Super Bowl?
Steve Young.
Was he really all that much of a scrambler, like a dedicated runner? Was he just straight a runner?
No, he was a great passer too.
Okay, well, yeah, he had a big difference between a lot of these other guys because these guys can't throw the ball worth a shit.
He's got a cannon.
I was going to say,
you know who else got a cannon? Trey Lance, and all you do is shit on him.
Because he's played like 4 football games in 5 years.
Hey, Justin Fields can run all over the football field when he throws the ball and loses
But he
the game.
plays.
He's such a great quarterback.
He is.
Can't win games, not a good quarterback.
He's on the worst team.
Hey, got to win. If he's so good, why can't he win the games?
No, football's a team sport.
Team
you
game,
need 11
Tyler.
guys.
This isn't
Bryce
basketball.
Young would have that offense moving the ball.
You
Right?
thought.
Oh, wow.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
He wouldn't have wasted a 2nd-round pick trading for Chase Claypool like they did.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
probably
Fields
would
won't
be-
even throw him the ball.
He would be hurt probably by now if he was playing with that team.
Oh, yeah, there's
Unfortunately.
no doubt.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about your Steelers, Tyler. They got the win. That was an RPB pick. You nailed it. You had Steelers money line on the playbook. I wasn't sure, but you talked me into it, and I'm glad you did. So thank you for that. What were your thoughts when the Steelers got the win?
I mean, it's just you watch Darnold. We watched Darnold do this last year. The Panthers opened up 3-0, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Sam Darnold's good. The Panthers are going to be good." And then he reverted right back into the Sam Darnold we've seen for years. He won 2 games when he got his job back, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're favorites against the Steelers with a good defense." It's like, yep, they're going to lose this game because Darnold's going to Darnold. And the Steelers defense came in, they did their job. Najee Harris ran for a touchdown. They even got the backup running back in also. Mitch played good in his homecoming to the UNC. So it was great to see they won the game when they got us to pick home. So they did their job for us, spread.
Love to see Tomlin. Did you see that clip where someone tried to talk to him?
No, the real
I'm fucking
question,
working here.
The real question, I sent that to you, but the real
Yeah,
question
that was
is,
so awesome.
what the hell are you going to do Saturday night?
What do you mean?
They play the
Is it
Raiders.
Vrabel? Oh, Raiders.
Steelers Raiders Saturday night, 8:15.
It's Christmas Eve. I'll be with my family.
Yeah. Imagine what a Yinzer's Christmas Eve party is going to be like with the Steeler game on.
How do you think we're going to do? Just
It's-
a quick preview for Friday. Who do
I
you
thought
like
you
there?
guys, I thought you guys were going to smash us, but after what just occurred, after we'll talk about with how they won that game,
Yeah.
they might come out flat.
I mean, Title, do you have any thoughts on the Steelers win?
No, not really. I got a hot take maybe, and I want to hear Tyler's opinion on it.
Let's hear it.
Jalen Warren's better than Najee Harris.
I think Najee Harris is Trent Richardson, so I
Yeah.
agree.
Wow. Slander for a guy out of Alameda County. I think he's playing hurt. I think he's going to be great next year. Cardinals beat the Broncos. Do we want to talk about it?
I got nothing there.
Nah, I didn't think so. Let's see what else we got here. Let's just go on to it. Okay, I'm wearing my Raiders sweatshirt. Let's go.
Raiders.
We outcoached Belichick. How about that? The Raiders get the win we like to do hyperbole here, right? In this new generation. But that might be the stupidest play ever. You're tied. Like, what was he doing? Unbelievable luck.
I don't know about
Tyler.
you guys, but when you watch the replay, I'm convinced Stevenson lost control of the ball and didn't want to pitch it back at first because he almost went here with it at first, and then he just kind of went and just threw it over his shoulder to the closest guy. I think he just flat out lost control of it, and it just started to get rid of it. I don't want to drop this on the ground. Myers gets it. He doesn't know what to do with it. He just out of panic, he's like, I guess we're doing a lateral play. Throws it back to Mac Jones. Well, Chandler Jones is standing right next to him. Puts Mac Jones in the dirt and then houses it. So it was wild to see as it occurred on the TV. When he was running down the field, I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
I can't believe
and
it.
the
either.
stadium's going nuts. I was like, this is crazy. But
How awesome was that title?
Insane. I mean, how dumb is Jacoby Myers and how soft is Mac Jones? Like,
What? Come
Man.
on, getting beat up by Chandler Jones. That's John Jones' brother, bro.
beat up. He didn't even do was like in a shell trying to do everything he could not to
all
touch
he had
him.
to do was just grab a hold of a leg. and hang
I
on
mean,
for dear life.
the game's on the line. You're trying to send it into overtime. You can be in the
So with the game
playoffs.
on the line, could you tackle John Jones?
In that situation,
That's all-
I would have held him up long enough to yes, he was not going to score. That would definitely yes. He literally has by his ankles. Like Jones, he gave him the weakest little stiff. Oh my, Mac Jones is the softest dude. Like if you're in the locker room, you're like Mac Jones, you're fifth string. Zappy, you're in. You have no heart. You're not a football player. Like that's not a football. Like everyone fights all game. You're the quarterback, and you don't put any effort. Like that's bad. That was really bad.
All he had to do was even
Go
if
back
he
and
just
watch it. It was
even if
the
he just
softest thing I've
latches
ever
onto his
seen.
leg spread, he doesn't have to bring him down.
No,
But if he's
he
got to
just does
stand there
any
for a half
effort.
a second longer just trying to shove him off his leg, someone's grabbing him from behind. Or he's trying to run down the field with this guy attached to his leg and he's moving a lot
I mean,
slower.
the thing is, instead of like laying down to make it easier to get over him, even if he just stood up, he pretty much would have fell over him. Like he literally hid from him. It was really sad to watch.
It looked like he let the wind push him over, and then Chandler Jones just touched him with the tip of his finger on the way down.
Yeah, I mean, he should never. If you're a coach, how do you ever start that dude again? After
You guys ever see that video of the soccer locker room where the coach is walking around slapping every player?
No.
That was Belichick at the end of that game.
I was thinking, like, if you're Belichick, what do you
even say as that's occurring? Yeah, like,
how do you walk back in the locker? Like, what even? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no words.
Maybe he just wanted to gift Josh McDaniels the win. He said, "Do a lateral."
I guarantee he didn't say that.
He loves beating up on his old coordinators and everything.
I can't believe that. And Josh McDaniels actually got a win. It was just so crazy.
Yeah, Richie Smalls is right. It legit looked like when the mascot stiff arms little kids at halftime when the Colts mascot stiff arm that little kid.
The kids actually give effort and are
yeah,
running.
The kids actually got his arm out reaching for the guy trying to tackle him. He got nothing.
Away.
So you guys think that Mac Jones lost the locker room, huh?
If anyone's, yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch it, the locker room should definitely be lost. Go back and watch that and just be like,
oh, don't think I haven't.
Do it again.
It's on loop right now.
I was saying he had that on loop all night.
Yeah, on that long. Right. The Bengals fell behind, what was it, 17-0. They won 34-23. Another RPB play gets home, Tyler. We loved the Bengals there. The projections love the Bengals there. Tampa is dusty. I can't believe they're going to be in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on the Bengals and the Buccaneers, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to call them as dusty as you did because they did run out to a 17-point lead and their defense was looking great. And then a former Bengal decided he was flipping momentum and Giovanni Bernard just didn't catch the fake punt snap. And then here comes the Bengals, 7 points, get the ball right back, another 7. Brady messes up a snap and the handoff, another fumble. And all of a sudden, there goes the Bengals running away with the game. So I'm not going to say they lucked into a win, but they found a very nice path to where Tampa just couldn't get out of their own way and they won the game. So I think it's more of Tampa losing the game than Cincy being able to just overcome what Tampa did because there were some bad mistakes in that one for Tampa.
Tyler, what were your thoughts on the Buccaneers and the Bengals? Cincy, they're a legitimate AFC contender, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The teams turn it around. They keep fighting. They do keep luck box. I mean, I don't know if luck boxing is the right word, but man, I mean, they got to play more complimentary football for 4 quarters rather than these up and down swings for sure. As far as the Buccaneers, yeah, I've been calling these dudes cheeks for a while. Nothing. Keep fading these guys. Keep printing. Nothing changes there.
The Titans fell to the Chargers 17-14. Game goes under. Wasn't really that exciting a game. The Chargers are sneakily an 8-6 team, though, right? No one really talks about them. As much as I hate to say it, I mean, this team.
I'll be back, and I'm already pot committed to keep back them. If they make the playoffs, I'm definitely probably going to be betting on them, regardless who they play.
What do you think, Tyler? Does this team actually have a chance to make some noise in the playoffs?
If a good defense shows up that can get to him, they're screwed because that offensive line is dead. That's the thing that if he can stay upright, they have the best chance. They have a very good chance to walk through the AFC. I think they could beat anyone in the AFC if Herbert's standing upright 90% of the game. You've seen it on the last drive. That was probably the most exciting part of the game. Tennessee scores and Herbert did his nice little thing. He's like, all right, give me the ball right down the field into field goal range in about 3 plays. So they should be able to make some noise as long as he's upright. I don't trust the offensive line, though. Like, if they match up with, like, say, a Chiefs team that can get, like, Chris Jones, Carl Laftis, and these guys back there to him and match the scoring, they're not going to have a chance there. They could beat a Baltimore, though. They could beat a Tennessee again. That's probably about it for me in the AFC, though. They got to get that offensive line put together. Next year, there'll be a problem, though.
Yeah, we say that about them every year. What do you think about the Giants and the Commanders, Title?
You're not going to give me a chance to talk about it. No, I just want to say
introduce that game. He just went right to the next one. He's like,
what did I miss?
This game.
I just want to say, I want the Bills to play the Chargers in the playoffs, and I will take all that Chargers dog money. But we can go on to the next game. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely cut me off if you're going to give a hot take like that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, unbelievable.
I'll take. I mean, I'm gonna ride this talented team and hope their defense shows up that they've started to show recently. Because I'll bet on the talent. Yeah, the offensive line got to keep them up, sure, but man, I'll bet on the talent and take all the points.
As of right now, they play the Bengals at the playoff started today. Who you taking?
Yeah, I'm because what? How many points am I getting? Like people are loving
6.5.
Yeah, I
don't think he's getting that many. I think he's probably getting 3.5, 4.5.
No, it's going to be in Cincy.
It's going to be in Cincy, but I don't think he's getting as many as you think.
I think we on our power rankings, we had the Bengals right around 4 and Chargers at like 1.
See, I was expecting like somewhere around spread and stuff. So if I'm getting 5.5, 6.5, which is why I'll just bet on they can always backdoor cover. They can always do that. So yeah.
All right. Let's go to the final.
That's the game that gets lined at 3.5, and everyone thinks the Bengals are a smash spot, and they lose outright.
Oh, we're doing that again.
Yep.
I'm having Hornets flashbacks right now, Tyler. We have a beam.
Oh, you're bringing back out your light. You're going to take the camera and show me the beam out the window?
I should. When it's lighting up tonight, I'll try. It's foggy here today. I don't think I'll be able to see it from home today. And it's getting lit tonight, Tyler, just so you know. The New York Giants don't have a beam, but they do have a lead over the Washington Commanders now after they get the upset victory in Washington last night. Title, what were your thoughts? I thought the Giants looked pretty good, especially on defense.
Yeah, what was going on with that Terry McLaurin situation, though? He looked over, the rest of them move up, he moved up. That whole thing was gross. Wanted that Brian Robinson touchdown would have been so big, too. So that was really unfortunate. But I was surprised. I definitely liked Washington in the spot. I thought the Giants were very overrated. Thought Washington was a little sneaky. I didn't expect this. Good win for the Giants, I guess, but nothing changes for how I look at them.
All right. What are your thoughts there, Tyler? We like the Giants. We had the plus 4.5.
Yeah.
You guys are too sharp.
Yeah. I mean, I know I called them frauds earlier in the year, but when you're playing a Washington team, and I think they definitely had the Zebras on their side in this game, like Title just said, the referee literally told Scary Terry, you're good. Play starts, flag. And then the last play of the game, the cornerback is literally hanging on the back of that wide receiver. No flag. So
great.
They didn't want to give him
couldn't happen to a better owner.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like, oh, maybe
he's right. Richie Smalls is right.
Yeah, maybe they do it that route. So I mean, do we just fade Washington from here on out? But as for the Giants, I'm not big on Daniel Jones. He's getting the job done though with just a group of wide receivers that I couldn't name them all if I had to. Barkley looks good. The offensive line's starting to become somewhat healthy again. And the defense, if Thibodeau is going to play like that, I know he got hurt the last play of the game. I don't know how bad that was. But this defense can make some noise. I'm not going to count them out of a weird playoff matchup they could win. So they're going to be a problem next year once they get some more weapons. But this year, I think they could upset someone.
My boy Bredesen, left guard, returned yesterday. They were moving the line of scrimmage.
Like who? Let's see. If they were to start the playoffs today, they're the 6th seed. They play the Niners.
Yeah,
they probably don't win that matchup. Yeah,
no.
But if they say if they drew the Vikings,
lost.
I think they could beat them. You're telling me that defense can't stop Kirk Cousins? Thibodeau can't make him.
No, they definitely. Kirk Cousins can lose to anyone because on his worst day, that team's going to struggle.
Yep.
All right, there we have it. Let's talk about tonight's game. Tyler, let's start from you from a betting perspective. I got my NBA pulled up. It's probably going to log me out when I try and do it. Last time I checked, though, the Rams were 7. Oh, it left me open. Now it's 7.5 offshore, plus 7.5 for the Rams. Total of 39. Tyler, how do I not take Mr. Baker tonight? What do you think?
There's no chance I'm taking Baker tonight. 7.5. I know the Packers haven't looked good this year, but how does he move the ball here? Like, they're not going to be able to run the ball very well. I know Green Bay's run defense isn't all that good, but if he tries to throw it, their secondary is where they're stronger at. I don't see him moving the ball through the air. He probably throws a couple picks. The Green Bay offense should be able to do whatever they want. There's still no Aaron Donald. They should be able to run the ball, throw the ball, whatever they want. A.J. Dillon to score a touchdown and win, plus 200. Jones is the same price. if you want to trust the receivers, Lazard plus 340. Romeo Dubes is also back. So it's like he has weapons now. Give me Green Bay here. I think they win easily.
Okay. You like Green Bay minus 7.5. I like taking the points with the Rams. Title, break the tie. If you were to bet this game, how would you bet it?
What's the under?
39.
39.5.
I like the under.
Even at 39?
That if instead of picking a side, yeah. I mean, how could I ever pick the Rams? I mean, this is like the third stringers are running out everywhere. It feels really going into Lambeau, the cold, like it feels really gross going there. And how can I put money on these Packers? They stink. Like I can't put money on these guys either. So I'll just take the under. It's cold. I don't think the Rams can really move the ball. And man, these Rams, they flew around the field last week when I saw them play. I do not trust this offense. I like the under.
All right. Well, I think that's a great segue into you building a lineup tonight. So if you like the under, how do you approach this lineup build? Defense, kickers, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna play defense in the captain, so I'll throw Aaron Jones in the captain. And then go Packers D in the flex for the correlation right there. I'm going to Tutu Atwell. I'll throw him in as the other core on the Rams side. He's an explosive player, very fast. This whole receiving core just beat up. He's running a bunch of routes. I think he's by far the most athletic and the most talented receiver they got. He's cheap. I'll take my shot on him. So you got plenty of money to do whatever you want with Aaron Jones, Packers D, and Tutu Atwell as a core.
Tutu Atwell, not a name
I'd be. How popular is A.J. Dillon going to be a captain when he's only 9-3 off of 2 big games?
No, I doubt A.J. Dillon gets much captain ownership.
You don't think so? It will be Rodgers?
Like I said, I hardly look when I come on here, so let me look up. Here, let me do a deep.
I mean, he's coming off a 17 and a 21-point game. He's gotten more carries than Jones, and Jones was banged up last time out. He's 9-3. He's going to make you get all the other guys too. I could just see everyone going to him.
No, I wouldn't be worried about it. I think if you like it, you play it.
Okay.
Some people, I think captain ownership's kind of spread out today, and people like Jones too. But you like Jones more than Dillon. I mean, he's probably going to be higher.
I want them both, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Jones was beat up a little last week. I think he's fine though. He has, primetime Aaron Jones is a thing. Matty Ice says feels like every time Packers are on primetime, Aaron Jones is Lambeau leaping. So I like that core.
Green Bay defense has given up over 125 rushing yards.
Native
8 games
on my
in a
side.
row.
He says double Packers running back shipper 1,000%.
Yeah, Nazafai is also
100,000%.
Nazafai is also a diehard Packers fan and might have a little bias in that statement.
What, you're not a diehard Packers fan?
Yeah, but I don't.
He's like, I'm keeping the bias out of it.
I'm actually not. I would not call myself a diehard Packers fan. I wouldn't call myself a diehard any.
Not even Bucks.
I was gonna say, like, I love the Bucks and stuff, but like I will cheer against them if my money, like if I don't have Giannis and Giannis is chalk, I'm cheering against Giannis. So like, does that? Oh yeah, not even close. If I have money,
how could you?
So like when I had Justin Jefferson against the Packers in DFS, he was doing I'll always cheer for my money. So I guess I can't be a diehard anything if I'll do that. But
Warren Buffett approves. Packers fans do not. Tyler, what props are you looking at for this game?
Yeah, we talked about Aaron Jones in primetime. I touched on it, that plus 190 on him to score and win. Definitely like that. Even take a shot on him to score 2 touchdowns here, plus 750. You were usually getting at like 5-1, 4.5-1. I think that's a good price there. And then, I mean, if you're not all that confident in Green Bay winning the game or him scoring 2, is any times plus 140. That'd be some ways I'd go with that. I see guys in the chat talking about Watson. I can't bet that guy to score a touchdown here. He scored a touchdown so many weeks in a row. Could he do it again? Yes, but I'm just not banking on it. Give me the star running back.
Tyler, let me go back to the spread one more time. I got plus 7.5 on Bookmaker. The total's 39. Like old me, I'm an old man. This is just like an auto bet to take the points. Plus 7.5, 39. Don't even look at the team names. Talk to me.
24-10 final score.
Okay. There you go. There's your answer.
Keeps it under and they cover.
Yep. I like that. I was doing the math.
All right. That's a good answer. All right. Tyler answered the questions for me. Titletown, anything more about this matchup tonight? Any other DFS tips you want to give out? or just let everyone know, because I know you're doing hardwood later today, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm a Packers fan. So this game's a little more interesting than it otherwise would be, because I'm not expecting much. If you're not a fan of either of these two teams, could be a pretty boring primetime game, I think. But and Lambeau Field's always fun. You'll see Titletown, the name, and they always show Titletown with the pictures and stuff. You'll see that. NBA Hardwood Show, yep. I don't know how many games we got, 9, 10, a good amount of them. Breaking that all down, Hoop AP myself. Monday's always great. Even if you had a bad weekend, you can always get it back on Monday's Showdown NBA. Don't have every single day. You don't always have NFL and NBA to play. So
let me get a quick NBA pick for you real quick. All right.
All right.
Charlotte +10 in Sacramento. Who are you taking?
Is there no injuries to worry about?
Give me 1 second.
Pretty clean. Dennis Smith doubtful. Terry Rozier questionable. Mark Williams questionable.
Well, that Terry Rozier news is the thing. I mean, if Terry Rozier is in, I'm definitely taking the point. I'm definitely taking the points with Charlotte. If Terry Rozier is in, if he's out, then no, I'm not.
They spread. Charlotte 6-2 against the spread their last 8 against Sacramento. 9-3 straight up in their last 12. Just bet the outright. The Hornets are winning the game.
You guys are loving giving it to me today. All right, there you have it. We even gave you some bonus NBA content. Tyler and I will be back tomorrow morning for me, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be with Travis and maybe JC if the Hornets win straight up.
I can't wait to get berated with messages tonight when the Kings are up like 40 and you're like, I told you so. You see this beam outside?
Dude, you're going to get so many gifts and you're going to like mute me. Title's going to be on at 4:45 Eastern, 1:45 Pacific, the Hardwood Show, and they're going to be breaking down the NBA slate. Of course, we have the NBA or NFL Showdown Show coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific. And that's not even all the content. I can't give it to you all because we'd run too long here. But great things going on over at runpuresports.com. Head on over, become a member. I mean, we just keep shipping, Title. I don't understand. Like, unless you're playing 25 cents a game, and then that's fine. Just watch the shows and have fun. That's great. But, I mean, if you're really entering these $15 and these $20 tournaments, or you play $50 double-ups, how are you not a member? Like I said, dude, on Saturday morning, barely any prep. Just roll up, pull up your core, make a couple lineups, ship.
Yeah, no,
it's too much fun.
If you're playing any real substantial money, if you're trying to be a profitable player, I would definitely recommend getting in the Discord, being a member. Yeah, I mean, if you're really busy at work and you don't have much time to look, you look at the cores, the playbook, ask a couple questions in Discord, you can make a profitable lineup. Whereas we do the research already, man, it'd be a lot of work if you didn't have something like that. So you can always bounce ideas off. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have the money right now, you're just playing a couple bucks. We always appreciate everyone hanging out, watching these free shows. Just hit that like button, hit that big red subscribe button. That's all we ask for you.
Yeah, and then once you get that promotion at work, come join the team. And speaking of hard work, Tyler and I putting hard work in on these betting side playbooks. It's something we added on the Run Pure Bet side this year. And I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think it's been a great addition to just the content before, just giving the winners access in the Discord. But you just got the picks. Now you get the exact projection. So if the line moves, you kind of know, well, hey, the line moved 2 points. What is this projection? Oh, he only had them winning by 3. Now that's not much of an edge. So you get an exact idea of where I'm at. So I think it's been a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of fun putting it together. And the most fun part about it is that we've been winning using those RPB tags and those RPB plays. So great things going on over at Run Pure Sports. And of course, we love doing this free content for you on the YouTube channel. So we're going to continue to bring it, but we hope you definitely consider becoming a member. You're going to have some extra money. I know everyone's working extra hours right now. Give yourself a Christmas present and run pure.